Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. I'm your host, Erik Henriksen. With me again today are Theodore and Simon to my Alvin. It's Josh Day and Anthony Shabazz. Josh, Anthony, how you guys doing?
All good.
Great.
Real good.
Too bad we don't have like a voice changing. We don't have the budget for like voice changing to have like chipmunk voices.
I think that's like a 99 cent app. I mean,
I'm saying we don't have the budget, you know?
We don't have the budget. It's totally fine. That's why everything we do is free, and it's free for you listeners too. Maybe then we'd have the budget if we charged you. But maybe if the Knicks get mentioned again, we'll start charging.
Well, then we can officially call ourselves the Knicks podcast.
Ew, no, God, no. I will quit. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are doing well. On this week's show, our 52nd episode, not that that's any milestone or anything, CC Sabathia's episode. Today, we're going to talk about, we have two segments. It's, guys, I have a problem. And the other segment is, guys, my biggest winner so far is. So you can kind of guess what those might be. We're at exactly, or I should say just about exactly the halfway point of the season. So we're going to talk about our biggest problem each, and then our biggest win so far each. And I have a feeling I know what mine is. Unlike last week, I couldn't come up with a segment. I know what my win so far is. Josh is not going to like it.
I'm sure. My intuition is that your win feeds into my problem.
It might not. We'll see. Stay tuned to find out, because as a reminder, we release a brand new episode every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss it. We're available on more podcast platforms than ever before, including all the major ones: Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and of course, Spreaker. Don't forget, we have video on YouTube now as well, so you'll see our beautiful made-for-radio faces for every show on our YouTube channel. And if you're watching our YouTube channel, then you already know this. It's Talking Fantasy Baseball. Please subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating, a like, a thumbs up, a kind review. It goes a long way in helping us out. And if you have a question, leave a comment on the YouTube video, and we'll be sure to answer it right here on the pod. We are still working on Josh's promise to bring on the first commenter a few weeks ago onto the pod. So if you were curious why we haven't followed through on that promise, it's because we're still working on it. Simple as that. All right.
It's in development.
It's in development. Yep. Just like this pod was for 4 years. So when we come back, it's going to be, guys, I have a problem. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. That's Anthony. That's Josh. And I'm Erik. And I can never remember which way to point. So I'm just going to point to the screen where I see you guys, because I'm usually, if you're watching us, I'm all the way on the left. So I don't know if this way is the right way, and I don't think so. I think it's this way. So I'm doing this so that if you're watching, I now know and in the future can point to each of those guys. So, guys, I have a problem. We're going to go around and we're going to talk about our biggest issue that we are facing throughout all of the teams that we're managing. We're not going to go team by team. We're just going to go major points that we are facing on our rosters. If that's, I don't have any middle infield depth, or I need more healthy pitching, because who couldn't use more healthy pitching? Although we are getting to the point where guys are getting healthy. It's very exciting. So let's start with Josh, because you came up with this segment. So Josh, who is your problem? Because let me tell you, I got one. Go for it.
I don't know if it's a who, because I was this week, as I normally do, I was obsessing over my rosters and, thinking like, how do I make this roster better? The one I'm thinking in particular is our 10-team Yahoo League, which actually I'm in first place,
Just brush it
so
right off.
do I really have a problem? I don't know. My hitting is great. Lindor just came back. Wyatt Langford was gifted to me on the wire.
Oh boy.
Not sure why he was dropped, but I'm not complaining. Really no issues with the hitting. But I was thinking about it, and my pitching, I feel like I've had this, guys, I got this problem. I can identify great pitching off the wire. Like I picked up Bryce Miller and Max Meyer, for example. Um, but I dropped them. Dropped them because I think Miller was a roster crunch, and this was before he came back and ascended to acedom. Actually, Eric, I think you gave me the advice to drop him, and I think
Oh yeah,
you know,
I did.
maybe I
My
maybe
bad.
I should tread lightly on your recommendations on this
No, it
podcast,
was all right at the
because
time.
somebody is
Set
reaping the
up.
benefits of
Listen,
That was a
that
setup.
advice.
listen, Linda. Look it.
You are my Iago in this situation.
Not intentionally. Okay, at the time you had a roster crunch because you had a lot of guys on the IL. You
Yep.
had some guys coming off the IL, and Bryce Miller, to be fair, was terrible last year.
Yeah.
It made sense at the time. Who knew he was going to do what he's doing? 5 2/3, 11 strikeouts, 3 earned runs in his most recent outing. I mean, he is lighting it up right now and dealing
Oh
with
yeah.
that preposterous situation of the Seattle Mariners starting rotation.
I think they need to send what's his name down.
Emerson
He's
Hancock.
yeah.
Now
I think
send him
he's
to the
kind of turning
bullpen.
into a pump. He's turning into a pumpkin. I think he
Yes,
needs to go down. And
regression comes for us all.
well, I don't know if he should go to the bullpen. I think he should go down to to keep him stretched out, because probably Castillo or maybe Bryce Miller's going to get injured.
Put that evil on him.
Hey, I'm just saying he's a fragile glass cannon. We've seen it before. Anyway, I decided I dropped those two. Max Meyer also doing great. I think I dropped him because I was facing off against one of our longtime, I won't name names, I don't want anyone to get doxxed, but one of our longtime managers, I was facing off against him, and I really wanted to like TKO him on the week. Which I did.
Yeah.
And I think actually that week ascended me. I was kind of like middle back of the standings, and that week ascended me forward. So, I guess you gotta break some eggs if you want to make an omelet. But yeah, I was like looking. I This was before. Again, this wasn't like last week. I dropped these guys. But I dropped Max Meyer because I wanted to like burn and churn and stream to just increase pitching counting stats. And I think I was like looking at my roster at the time of pitchers, and he just seemed like he hadn't quite taken off yet. Like I think he was kind of teasing us. And also, Eric, I feel like last year we kind of had this tease with Max
Yep.
Meyer, which is like, is he going to be good? Is he going to go more than 5 innings? Like, is he going to get injured? Like,
Yep.
I think there was still like a lot of like unknown, and actually maybe there still is kind of some unknown with him. Um, so just kind of like looking at my lineup at the time, he felt like and also like I was like, oh, what does Nick Pollock think? What does so and so think? And he was kind of like in the 50s. So to me, in like a shallow 10-team Yahoo league, it was like, all right, well, I guess I can send him off to the wire, and who knows?
The interesting thing is that you dropped him when he had one quality start over what 8
Oh,
starts.
that too, yeah.
So
Like I
like
was
you
like,
didn't really know that he was then going to go get 4 over the next 8, right?
yeah.
It's like
Because that's a good point. Because I was also hearing like rumblings of like the Marlins they're being like super like controlling over their pitching, and like I think they were even like they're calling the pitches from the dugout, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a weird situation on not a great team. So
right.
I don't know. I think that was kind of my reasoning.
Yeah, but
So
I wouldn't be too like upset about Max Meyer. I know he's been phenomenal, but if you look since the calendar, basically since the end of May 29th, okay, right? He had the 2 back-to-back shutout starts, 13 scoreless innings there, May 18th and May 23rd. Since then, he's alternated good and mediocre starts, but 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his last 5 starts, he's had a whip of 1.5 or higher. So to me, that's like a little bit of a red flag. Is he starting to come back down to earth a little bit here? What do you guys think?
Right. Well. I mean, he's probably regressing back to what we always seen from him. It's just tough because, like, I mean, I don't want to say he's young. He is young in real life terms, being 27. But I mean, he's played 4 seasons now, and like he's never pitched over 100 and over. No, he's never pitched
Oh, yeah, that's a good
over
point.
65 until this season. And like even those seasons, he was always his whip was 1-4, 1-4-2, 1-4-2, 1-5. So like let's just say it's not going to be 1-1. Let's say it ends up being 1-3 something maybe. Like I think he's probably just rolling. He's having a good stretch, and then
Right.
I mean, as the arm gets a little tired, the season gets a little later. He's gonna start to go back to being Max Meyer, and
Yeah.
probably and even if he keeps this up, he probably gonna get hurt again. Even if he keeps this up, like, and who knows how long he'll be out. So
I think he's a sell high candidate.
Also, isn't he like, doesn't he have
to.
a bad, like his fastball isn't, like he doesn't do his best work with the fastball?
His most pitch is a sweeper
Yeah.
slider than the four seamer. Is at
I
23%.
It's his best fastball so far in his career, as far as stuff plus metrics go. But yeah, he
it's
doesn't.
not,
Yeah, it's not his
yeah.
most dominant pitch. His slider is his most dominant pitch, and that's I think he's slider forward now. I think he throws that the most of all of his pitches.
This isn't why I dropped him, but I think sometimes I don't trust pitch, like I just don't know that a pitcher that doesn't have like a dominant fastball could ever really be like an ace.
Yeah.
Just because I just feel like that's just kind of like I just feel like a lot of the secondary pitches they can lose the feel of it, and
Yeah.
then it's just kind of like they have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's entirely possible, and frequently happens with guys who aren't fastball dominant. But I think as long as guys who aren't fastball dominant are throwing their best pitches more often, and then the fastball is kind of just something they could sneak in, I think they can still maintain some sort of level of success, and in kind of like the level of success that we're seeing from Max Meyer, where they're a reasonable rotation arm for you that you can have on your team. But I'm looking at Max Meyer, and I'm looking at he might be a sell high candidate because his peripherals are all about a run higher. Except for his Sierra, it's about a half a run higher, almost actually about 0.8 of a run higher. So, yeah, I'm a little worried about Max Meyer going forward, which means I might have to sell high. Anthony.
Do it.
Anthony, over to you. Well, I may be engaging in trade discussions with a certain manager soon.
You're just trying to sell him back to me?
After dressing him down, like he's
not
going to be good.
Hey, remember when he tried to sell me Jose Altuve? Just, I have to return the favor somehow.
I think he can be scooped up for free at this point.
You can. All right. Anthony, do you have a problem?
Yes. Guys, I have a problem. You know what? I was going to speak about injuries, but injuries doesn't really count because no one can really deal with, like, that's not really a you thing. It just happens. Yeah. I'm going to take it back to not anything that's happened during the season, but at the beginning of the season. And this is not only a this season thing, but past seasons happened to me too. The big game hunting, even against my better judgment, when I have told myself since last season into the off season I wasn't going to do it, and then get caught up in it. And if you look at one player in particular, which is Kyle Raleigh, I'm being put in a weird squeeze here with this roster now with Kyle, right? So I have Kyle, and he's like on the bench utility because Dylan Dinkel's been so good. I haven't been able to really drop him, especially being Kyle is being so awful. And it's put my roster in a position that I do not like. This has the big game hunting and has affected my roster construction. And also, like I said, the gut feeling, we spoke about this, about how to make your team right a couple weeks ago. I did not want Kyle Raleigh, but the price was just so good. I was like, 11th round, I guess I can. It's not second round. I'll go for it. But I did not want to get someone off their best season. And I was like, okay, even if he gives me this, I'll just be a step ahead. But now it's like really set me back because my roster is like so hitter heavy. And and I don't have the flexibility because then a lot of people are hurt. So that has really put me in a position where now I'm only stuck with 5 starters, and I can't really get into making the team how I want. And I don't really have that many trade assets because a lot of other people are underperforming. Whether it be the big game hunting with picks, I have 4 first-round picks. Traded one to you. Traded one to Erik. Had 3 left. Kyle Tucker's one of them. Not doing well. I could have traded that for something else. So I think in the future I'll be looking at this. But for this season, I got to figure out something to do here.
Yeah, you definitely do have a bit of a crunch here.
Yeah.
Look,
That'd be the worst I've ever seen of your crunch.
Yeah, you got Brent Rooker, Bobby Witt, and Logan Henderson taking up bench spots who are all injured. Bobby Witt not on the injured list yet. I can't help but think, though. I can't help but think, look, I know you want to keep Bryce Eldridge, right? Because he's a good potential keeper, but like first base is so deep. I'm not sure having a first base keeper is worth it in a weird way.
I don't know
what that is. Depends on what that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm. What I want to see from him, like where he's in that lull right now.
Oh yeah. He has been terrible over the last.
Yeah, week. Like what are you gonna do now? Like, is it just gonna fall off and just fizzle out, die in the vine, or are you gonna actually show improve?
I'm wondering.
But yeah, it's like I can't do anything else besides that. It's him, the rooker in the rooker of it all.
Yes,
is an issue. The rooker of it all is an issue because I'm stuck in a position where he has 2 years left of keepers. I could drop him, and then next thing you know, next year or whatever, he'll be back to some type of value. Oddly enough, one manager in our league is still interested in trading for him. It's just the price has went down because he got hurt. So it's like I was in the process of thinking about trading him, but when he got hurt, it was like it kind of fizzled.
Well, let's hold on. Let's talk about that. Go ahead, Josh, and then we'll talk about your trade for possible trade for Rooker. Go ahead, Josh.
I was thinking 2 thoughts. One is, I would like explore a trade because, I think it's a little a trade with catching. I think it's a little tricky because catching is like you can kind of just make it work this season. There's so many catchers that are viable in a 10-team league.
Yeah.
But actually, like you might be able to trade Dingler or Raleigh. I know he's a keeper, but this could be your seat. Like you have so much talent on your team, especially with hitting. Like this could be your year. So maybe you need to like make some moves. And actually, like the manager that you're facing this week, he kind of needs a catcher, like the catch, and also he's open to trades. So like, maybe he's someone to like hit up and like.
I've been trying to
catcher,
I've been trying to get so outside of him because I haven't been in touch with him. He's been like a little in and out, but the value for Riley right now is non-existent on the market for our league. But
Dingler is a keeper though,
right? I mean, but still, like people are, how it is. It's like whatever the league says the value is what it is. Because I would be open to trading any of them. I mean, any of the keepers I have except for Skeens, of course. Because I think it's just worth it. And I got this crunch is what's bothering me. Like I have to get some flexibility.
Yeah.
Like, and even trade flexibility. It's not a lot of stuff I can even move at. Like the price is so half. Kyle Tucker is so half price. It's like.
I know. To me, that's wild. That I understand people are going to try and buy low on somebody like Kyle Tucker who has struggled for the entirety of the season so far, but he's Kyle Tucker. I mean, the Dodgers gave him $60 million. They know what they're doing. He's going to be fine.
I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen.
Yeah, it's the pressure of a massive contract.
I was like, I think this is going to be a down year, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah,
it is.
It just frustrates me because the smart thing to do would be to go out and acquire a player like Kyle Tucker, who has not been good, who you can get for relative pennies on the dollar. And Ant, we know you're the trade guru. You're not going to trade him for pennies on the dollar because you know just how beneficial he's going to be to you or whoever's roster he's on. It's just like, I'm surprised more people aren't chomping at the bit to go after him. I don't know, maybe they are, but same thing with Kyle Raleigh. I think it's coming. Like, just be patient. And I know it's your roster construction right now is really tough,
But
but you
see,
may have to make some tough decisions. It's just that.
You know who, speaking of this, the manager that you're facing that needs a catcher, I mean, Erik Skubal, stock's down on him right now.
oh, he's not trading Scribble. I already spoke to him. He the last time I spoke to him before this thing, he's
Oh,
like,
right, because he gave up
he's
Littler.
gonna write him out until the
So,
Kiwi years is over. No disparaging comments right now until after I speak to him about that trade. Let's just say it was, you gave up Cam, which is insane. Um, yeah. Anyway,
Jesus.
but this is the thing too. One of the reasons why I don't want to really trade Raleigh, even though it's low, I don't want to because I do believe what you say, Eric. Like England's been having his hot streak. I think Kyle at some point is
Yeah,
going to
that's
come,
true.
and I'd
That's a
rather
good point.
stay on board for that. I can't be taking too many over fives constantly.
Right.
But it's like, come on now. You got to do something.
I mean, I look at your team and you've just had, let's just go down. I'm just going to go down
Yeah,
from top to
bad
bottom.
luck.
Has Dylan Dingler, very nice season. Bryce Harper performing at where he's supposed to. Antonacci's a fill-in currently at second base because second base is rough, but he's been very good. Like, there's no reason not to add Sam Antonacci at the moment. Bichette heating up. Gunnar Henderson, underperformer. Kyle Tucker, underperformer. Jackson Merrill, underperformer. Kyle Stowers is an
I don't know
injury
about.
fill-in. We'll get to Jackson Merrill in a second.
Eh,
Kyle Stowers, injury fill-in currently. Cal Raleigh, underperformer. Bryce Eldridge, possible little bit of an overperformer, but keeper league. Bobby Witt, slight underperformer in the power department. Been very good, kind of hurt at the moment. Brent Rooker, underperformer. Aaron Judge, underperformer. Like, I look at your roster and I just go, man, when they just start, they don't even have to get hot. They just need to not underperform.
Just be normal. Not ask for a lot. Just be normal, guys. That's
Right.
all.
I think you're going to be just fine, and you just have to navigate the margins right now as you're dealing with a little bit of this crunch. And maybe try and make a trade, and you perceive, oh man, I traded Brent Rooker for 50 cents on the dollar. I honestly don't think that's going to be much of an issue because you'll at least get something of production guaranteed, and you've talked about that and making sure that you get guaranteed production. All right, guys. I have a problem. My problem is that for now the better part of a year, for the better part of a year here, have been talking up a specific player who is in his first full season in the major leagues, and he over the last week has, for lack of a better term, raked. Absolutely raked. And I have but one share of him, and that is in a redraft league.
No.
Okay. I have no keeper shares of Jackie Cags. Okay. And he is doing exactly what I told you he would do, exactly what I believed he would do. And I have no shares except in a one-off redraft league. Guys, I have a problem. I need some more Jackie Cags in my life.
How are you gonna do that, Erik?
Let me say this. I'll tell you. I'll tell you this.
Who could you go to that has a share?
I'll be very interested if you get Jackie Cags in our 10-team league.
I can tell you this. I was not considering acquiring him in our 10-team league. However, first base on my team might be my weakest position with Tyler Soderstrom and Sal Stewart interchangeable at the position. I know those are pretty good players to have interchangeable at first base, but currently Jose Ramirez is on the injured list. So I'm forced to start Tyler Soderstrom at first base, who's been great since the weather's heated up out west, especially in Las Vegas.
They played in Las Vegas.
Hey, sometimes
they should play every game.
Oh my God, no. Tatis is starting to heat up too, right? But Sal Stewart's gotten pretty cold. So, guys, I have a problem. I need me some more Jackie Cags, and I might have to go out and get him in this league. I don't know what the manager is going to ask for him. I have not inquired. However, Josh, you have him in our Keep Forever League. And
Yes.
I'm a little mad that you dropped him. And I did not
That's right.
remember that you had dropped him, and he was just on the wire, and you picked him up.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can share. I actually did.
Put it in front. Our boxes are very thin.
I did inquire to the manager on the 10 teamer, and this was his response. This is no.
I'm having a hard time reading it. What does it say?
Yeah, I
All
can't
blown
see
out.
it.
Yeah, it's all blown out.
Never mind. Again, our budgets are crap here. So manager says, "Hey," he responded right away. So that was
that's
actually
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause I just sent it to him. I didn't even send like a thing. He said, "Hey, I'm not interested in moving CAGs." He said something else, but
So
that was his message.
let me add on to it. I did the same thing. This was weeks ago. I don't know. Would you reach out to him?
Just the other day.
I reached
when
out to him weeks ago, and he said Cags is a no go. He is going to be a keeper for him, just straight up. Now, granted, he could be looking at the roster being like, also whatever you're going to give me, I don't want to get for him. So Eric, you should take a swing at it. But he's like, he also messaged me yesterday and said, any interest in anybody on my team that's not named Cags, Baez, and some other players. But Cags is the first name he put on it.
Wait, he's all in on Josh Baez and his 32% strikeout rate or whatever it is in AAA.
The keeper thing of it all, it's like people being, you know how I go.
Yeah, I offered him. I don't know what you offered him, but I offered him Corbin Carroll.
I didn't even get a chance.
Hold on a minute.
Wait, before you go off.
Wait.
I didn't get a chance to offer me anything. He just like no on the Cags, but he said no, huh?
Well, I think if I don't know if you looked at our spreadsheet for the league keepers, but like Carroll can't be kept, so I don't know if he was just like no.
Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense. Because
I don't think he did. My guess is that.
Okay, look. Let's.
My guess is if you want to get CAGs from him, especially now, it's going to be like sky high.
Oh yeah, no,
right?
That's why I'm not. First of all, it's bad practice to go and try and trade for Jackie Cags right now. It's bad practice because there's nobody hotter other than maybe Dansby Swanson. Okay, so.
Also available on the wire.
Because I dropped him after I acquired him in a trade with Cam Schlittler. Okay, let's really evaluate Cags here instead of just gawking over him, because I know we love us some Jackie Cags, right? Hits the ball hard, started to elevate it, has gone absolutely berserk over the last.
Well, yes. Hold
on. He was the last qualified hitter to have an RBI this season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. 1. 2, he literally didn't start getting hot until June 1st. Look at his game log. It literally, the calendar flipped to June, and
he was awful.
Right.
That's why I dropped him. That's why I dropped him in the 12th, because he wasn't doing anything.
He was terrible for 2 full months plus all of last season. Right, so let's rein everything in on our love for Jackie Cags. Although we love us some Jackie Cags. Okay,
that's why I drafted him in the 12-teamer. Because I was like, well, Eric's a smart guy. He loves them.
I would love to be right long term about Jackie Cags, but we're talking about a 3-week sample here, 3+ week sample. Okay, with a lot of like 0 for 4s, 0 for 5s mixed in. Believe it or not, if you pay close attention.
Yep.
So I'm cautiously optimistic. He needs to sustain this, and we have to see it for more than 26 days for me to declare that Jackie Cags is who we thought or hoped he would be. Anybody can get hot for a month. We've seen it. We've seen it plenty of times. Look, Jose Soriano was hot for a month. Now Jose Soriano is a pumpkin, just to pick a pitching equivalent. But guys, just to round out here, I have a problem. I need me some more Jackie Cags in a keeper situation, because I do still believe that this is who he's going to be long term. Maybe not this level, because this is like insanity. But I think he'll still be. I'm going to say at his peak, he will be a top 5 first baseman.
Whoa!
if he retains first base eligibility, if he only has outfield eligibility, he's going to be a top 15 outfielder just because he's not a base runner. He doesn't steal.
I agree with you, Eric. I think this is the emergence of the star, the crown jewel of the Royals. I think we have our Pasquantino is gone. RIP Pasquatch. No one's buying that merch. We have a maimed Bobby Witt who's going to be out for the season because the Royals squandered this injury. And so from the ashes rises
A
Aglio.
main Bobby Witt.
The
Love it.
stadiums are just going to be, roaring with kegs.
Yep.
He is ascending.
He is. He really is. His batting average up to 268 with an 822 OPS, 14 homers, 30 RBIs. Again, that's just 30 RBIs in his June 26th.
The Royals have been so bad.
I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 home runs in this month alone. Again, let's be very cautious here. Bryce Terang, by the way, hit most of his home runs last year in 1 month. So that's Bryce Terang. They're not the same player, but I'm just saying it can happen.
Yeah, it's like,
all right, guys, we're going to wrap that segment up right there. When we come back, my biggest win so far is, your biggest win so far is, our biggest win so far is. You'll know when we come back, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. That's Anthony and Josh, or Theodore and Simon. You guys choose who's who, and I am Alvin. I never pick the leader. Alvin just talks so much, and I feel like as the host, I talk so much sometimes, so I just picked Alvin. Normally, I'm not Alvin. Normally, I would be like the last Smurf you'd ever think of. Of Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum, I am Tum Tum. Let's be honest, right? So, all right. My biggest win so far is, Anthony, we're going to start with you in this one. What is your biggest win so far?
I'm going to do 2 because I'm going to do both of the leagues that we have.
Win-win.
Be quick. Yep. 2 wins.
Nice.
Look, this one is easy in the league that me and Eric has together. And I think that one is Jordan Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Just based off what we did, that's like that's an easy one. That's like super easy. Even though we have Jordan Walker, we picked up Otto Lopez, Sal Stewart, Jackie Caggs, Connor Griffin.
Got everybody.
All of it, but still, obviously it's Jordan Walker for that.
We were able to get everybody because everybody else was hurt.
Right. We dropped 4 people at one time.
Opportunity cost.
There we go. It was 0. It was literally the injured list.
Yeah, legit. We had 11 injured players. 9? It was 9 or 11. I can't remember.
We basically couldn't field all the active roster spots, not just the bench spots, not just the utility. We were starting to take up active roster spots. That's how many injured list players we had. It was not good.
It was bad. In our 10-team league, though, I would say, even though like we went over my team, everybody's underperforming. I think that my biggest win based off of what I paid for the player and what the player has produced is Parker Messick. Because I've got Parker off the wire, obviously 267 ERA, 105 whip, 94 innings with 101 Ks. Like, I would take that. And he had his lull. He was great. He had like a little lull where they were kind of doing the same thing we were talking about earlier with Max Meyer. I was concerned about his quality starts because he went like 5 games straight with that one. Now he's 2 back-to-back, so maybe we're in like a good wave. So Parker Messick is my biggest win this year so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's been very good. Again, I don't understand him. Like, I still don't. like he doesn't compute in my brain with how with the results and his process. But yeah, he's been very good and profiting all the way. Any thoughts on Parker Messick, Josh?
I mean, I think if it ain't broke, don't question it unless you want to try and like package him with Cal Raleigh or Dylan Dingler,
Ooh, for an upgrade. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. We have it's about like a month until the trade deadline in Major League Baseball, and there's probably about 6 weeks until the fantasy trade deadline.
6 weeks, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see what happens between then and now. As we talked about a little bit, we're all kind of exploring trades. We'll have to report back here once or if we make any, is what I really should say. All right, Josh, over to you. What's your biggest
Yeah,
win so far?
I think I'm going to call out a win for our 12, Eric, our 12 team. Not the one we're co-managing, but I just want to call out I guess I've sort of been rebuilding this team over the past, I don't know, 4 years, and I just think the talent that I've transformed this team with is pretty happy with it. Like I have Tatis, Jac Caglianone, Connor Griffin, Corbin Carroll, James Wood, Jordan Walker, maybe, Roman Anthony, Jesus Made. On the pitching, I have Hunter Green, Garrett Crochet. So yeah, I'm feeling hasn't quite like turned into like a dominant run, but like I just feel like just kind of like looking around, it kind of seems like the tides are changing with like kind of the early round picks. So I think a lot of the young guys that I've invested in will probably, turn into second, first round players over the next couple seasons. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. I see what you do in that league where you basically you stash the number one prospect every year.
Yeah.
So that helps. But I've been considering making you an offer in that league.
Ooh.
Just to maybe get my keeper situation a tiny bit younger. Because as we talked about this, I think even last week was I've had to sort of rebuild my keeper situation on the fly this year because Acuna's been hurt a lot. Austin Riley's been god awful. GAWD awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle Tucker's been bad. Wyatt Langford was hurt for a while, but he's turned the corner. Just stay healthy, Wyatt, please. And then Matt Olson's been the best one, and Cal Raleigh, of course, has been terrible. So my luxurious keeper situation seems to have been overdue for a revamp. And perhaps you and I can talk a little bit because you appear to be more in a win now situation than me.
I guess so. It's been a weird season.
It has. The guy who's usually in last is in first or second. He's a half game behind first place. Yeah, he's a half game. He every year since he's been in the league has come in last place. Every year.
Is this the guy with all the hidden keepers for years? Where he had like all the great.
No, that guy's below me in the standings, and I'm pretty far down. So.
Yeah, I'm in seventh. Like I listed all the. I mean, I think I have pretty great players, and I'm in seventh.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna go up this week because you're up 11-0, and you're gonna stay up 11-0
I think my pitching has kind of been a landmine.
Your pitching.
Apparently we're in a juice ball 2.0 era. So
yes, we are.
Exciting.
Your pitching has not been a landmine relative to mine. Remember, I rattled off all those picks in a row that I made that were terrible. At least Freddie Peralta was good yesterday, so I'll take that. I wish he could have gone one more third of an inning for a quality start, but alas.
I kind of think I said this. I think I mentioned this in an earlier podcast, but sadly, I kind of think you and I both bought Tatis and Acuna post peak.
Possibly, but I mean, Acuna was fantastic last year. He was great for a stretch when he was healthy. This year, it just
I'm not saying they're pumpkins. I'm just saying like maybe like if we look back on it in like 2 or 3 seasons, maybe we're kind of seeing like a crest of their careers.
Yeah, but I think you're managing in that 12-team league, putting together that team. I would definitely consider that a win. And picking Cags back up and Vargas and Miguel Vargas, that is, and Jordan Walker and claiming Michael Busch off the wire.
I don't know how you. This is the head-to-head thing that aggravates me. There's no way he should be seventh. That's
seventh in that league. He's actually 4 games under 500. It's ridiculous.
Wow. My pitching isn't even that bad. Like it's
not.
I have Braxton Ashcraft, Landon Roop, Kyle Bradish, Garrett Cole, Hunter Green's coming back. I had Crochet.
It's a great pitching staff. No, this team is way better
Soroka
than.
was fine.
No,
Sasaki is still my lottery ticket. Come
you're
on,
gonna
Sasaki.
climb. You're gonna climb. I'm not worried about it. I too think I'm going to climb, but I'm gonna have a hard time doing it. But yeah, no, I'd say your roster construction and how you've maneuvered this season in that league is definitely a win for you guys. My biggest win so far is acquiring Cam Schlittler, without a doubt. Right? I don't even really remember what I traded. That's how I feel about it, because Cam's just been so good. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I traded Will Smith and Zach Neto, and a 15th round pick. Right? I think it was something stupid like that. So yeah, that is my biggest win so far, without a doubt. But if I had to,
without a doubt,
really, ooh, tell me, what do you think?
I'm just going off of like what you're paying. Like, you pay something for him. Jordan is like, you pay nothing at all.
Oh, that's fair. Okay,
like,
yeah,
and like you could have kept another player for Neto, but I'm like, Jordan is like 0, and he's a full 4 years after this. Versus Cam is going to be 3, right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
okay.
if you're nitpicking it, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Like, I mean, something for nothing. Talk about
Neto.
No. Sal Stewart for
Ryan Tepio.
Right. If Sal didn't have these 2 huge cold, because this is the second one I believe he's having, because he had one before this reason hot streak. He's showing to be a little hot cold. I think we would be saying that about Sal too, but you're right. He's basically got 3 players for nothing in all 3 ways. 1 off the wire, 2 by trade, all for nothing.
All right, so I'll say that's my biggest win. And yet, fellas, I'm only 1 game over 500. Okay, and this man right here, Josh, shellacked me last week. Okay,
just so you guys know, we've shellacked each other.
Yeah,
all of our matchups.
That's
Erik
true.
Slack me, I beat you. It should have been going around and around. But
means, Erik, the next time we face off, because it always goes back and forth, which is probably the most crucial time, you're probably going to beat me 12-0 and like send me to like the consolation bracket.
Oh, stop! You're in
for
first
the first place. Yeah, you're going to see to the consolation. You know what's funny about this? And the viewers don't know because you can't check the stats. Just a couple of weeks ago, you said on the podcast, I was like considering selling, and I'm like, considering selling, you in fifth place. You're in fifth place. Now you're no 1.
Oh yeah, I don't. Well, Anthony, you and I both called nonsense on that. So
100%.
Yeah.
And let me say, no disrespect to anybody in our league, but I do think the person who was number 1 before, he's going to start to come back down a little bit. Like, you can look at his team and see who he has. Like, I have no faith in some of those players on his team.
Yeah,
they're going to keep up what they were doing at the beginning of the season, and so the cream is rising.
There's definitely something that I think that everyone should keep in mind as we are at the halfway point of the season, is that if your team got off to a scorching start, odds are you're going to regress. Yeah. If your team got off to a bad start and it doesn't make any sense, because you have a team like Anthony who's filled with first and second round picks, you're probably going to regress the other way. So I would just be very careful about how you approach buying and selling right now and the players that you decide to drop or add, because we're at the point of the season where you can start being like, what have you done for me lately? But just be aware that regression comes for us all in a way where I would not have wanted to get off to such a scorching start. And of course, you don't want to get off to the coldest start either, because you have ground to make up. But if you're kind of in the middle of the pack, like Josh is in the 12-team league, wouldn't be too concerned about it, especially with that roster, because odds are you can make a run. There's always something that we like to call the second half surge. So just be aware that can happen. Don't panic. I know we're almost in July, but if you look at your team and you just put your hands on your head and you go, this makes no sense, it probably will start to make sense very soon in a beneficial way for you. That being said, there have been plenty of managers in one of our leagues that have been like, it doesn't make sense. Why is my team so bad? Well, it's actually because it's bad. So there is is that too.
Your team's just bad.
Look, we have told you, and there's plenty of resources out there. You can listen to us. You can listen to the Shallows, okay, where we tell you, like, hey, this works, this doesn't work, and here's why. So if your team is bad, there's plenty of resources to tell you whether it actually is or isn't. All right, we're going to wrap it up right there. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode to make sure you don't miss it, or any episode for that matter. Please subscribe. We're available wherever you get your podcasts. Go back to the beginning and listen if you missed where we get all of them, or where you can get us. There's too many. Oh, my goodness. So
If you found us, just stay with us.
exactly.
Right.
Hey, our viewership is up over last year, so I'm digging that. And our listenership as well on the audio side, which is really great. So please keep listening. We've got plenty of great content coming up for you as we move into the All-Star break in a couple weeks in real life Major League Baseball. And of course, the trade deadline, which I'm sure we're going to do a multi-part trade deadline special like we did last year, which was a lot of fun. Anthony, you were a large subject of that. All right, guys. So for Anthony and Josh, I'm Erik saying, see you next time.